The small Métis, Dene and Cree community of Fort Smith in the southern part of the Northwest Territories is home to 2,200 residents. It's also a hub for historical traumas which took place in schools and college residence buildings. Paul Boucher is a residential school survivor who attended Bennett Hall and Grandin College here. Now he's a cultural educator at PWK High School. While his love and care to his students is a far cry from what he and many others had to endure, he says more healing is possible with a new school.
At Bennett Hall, I think that's where a lot of my scars come from. You know, every day I have to see that building. You know, I like to see it gone because I think there's so many students are trapped in there that they need to be released, and a lot of things that happen in there, you know, has bothered a lot of people.
Last week in the Legislative Assembly, MLA for the Batcha, Frida Marcellos, spoke towards this legacy.
Fort Smith is also home to 3 buildings with a residential school legacy, and all of them are still active in use today.
Marcellos also cited a capital needs assessment summary on schools released in 2021, where she noted the aging physical condition of the schools as criteria for replacement.
According to that document, JBT was scheduled to be replaced in 2018 and PWK was scheduled to be replaced in 2020, but neither has happened. Despite the age and history of both schools, I do not agree with that. So I'm hoping that our government takes notice and will work with Fort Smith to replace and rebuild new schools for our community.
Joseph Bird Tyrrell Elementary School opened 65 years ago as a federal Indian day school from 1959 to 1969, with students from many nearby communities attending. After that, it was purchased by the territorial government and is still an elementary school today. Grandin College was built in 1962 and was run by the Catholic Church as a residential school until 1971. The N.W.T then bought and converted the space and turned it into Paul William Kaiser High School. Lastly, Bennett Hall, currently a residence for Aurora College. According to the National Center for Truth and Reconciliation, one student, Emma Elton, died there in 1960. APTN spoke with the South Slave Educational Division Council, who say they are in full support of demolition and replacement of all the schools in Fort Smith. For Boucher, he hopes a replacement would be guided by survivors and families.
I think open communication is important to convey, you know, ideas that I have or others that have about, you know, feeling a little more comfortable or at home in an institution. You know, our people are not the same as people from the South. We think differently, we feel different. But it has to reflect how we live up here, the way that we used to live, and what direction do we want to go in the future.
Charlotte Mort-Jacobs, APTN National News, Yellowknife.